This is a tale from Vietnam. The moneylender of the village was a super rich and smart man. He had amassed great wealth over time, and now he lived in a huge mansion surrounded by an even bigger garden and had a good number of servants and a pack of ferocious guard dogs. But was he content to live a relaxed, leisurely life? Well, the moneylender continued to make money by lending it to other people at very high interest rates. And if people were not in a position to return the money along with the interest, then they were eternally bonded to the moneylender. They had to continue to work for him or continue to give him whatever goods or produce they could. Thus, a good number of people in the village were in his debt. One day, this moneylender goes to a peasant's house in order to collect his long-standing debt. A peasant means a farmer. This peasant had been struggling to make ends meet and as such could not return the moneylender's money, and that too with such high interest rates. So this time the moneylender was determined that if the peasant could not return his money, he would confiscate, that is, take away whatever possessions he could from the poor man. However, when the moneylender arrived at the peasant's house, the farmer and his wife were not around, and their little boy, a boy of maybe 8 or 9 years, was playing in the dirt in front of the house, all alone. The rich man asked the boy, "Son, are your parents home?" "No, sir, they aren't," said the boy and continued to play. "Well then, where are they?" asked the rich man, somewhat irritated. With deliberate slowness, the young boy replied, "Sir, my father has gone to cut up living trees and plant dead ones, and my mother is out selling wind and buying light." What a strange thing that was to hear. Whoever's heard of planting dead trees and selling the wind and buying light? The rich man doubted if all was okay with the boy's head. More irritated, he brandished his walking stick and threatened to give the boy a good spanking if he did not tell him the truth about where his parents were. But the boy gave the same response without batting an eyelid. The rich man was now intrigued. He told the boy, "Look, boy, your parents owe me some money. If you tell me where they are and what exactly they are doing and show me how that explains your strange response, then I'll pardon them the debt they owe me. They won't have to pay me back. Say what?" Now the boy's ears perked up with interest. "Really? Can I believe you? If I answer you satisfactorily, then we don't owe you any money." "Yes, of course. The heaven is my witness. So now, tell me where your parents are." "But wait, sir. Heaven cannot talk and therefore cannot testify to your promise. I need a more reliable witness, a living thing. Now the rich man was starting to get irritated again, but he wondered at the smartness of the boy. Just then, a fly flew by and alighted on the outer wall of the house. Pointing to the fly, the rich man asked the boy, "Would that fly serve as a better witness?" The boy thought for a moment and then nodded his head. "Yes, sir, that fly would do. He could be a witness." The rich man felt relief. "So now, tell me where your parents are and what are they up to?" The boy said, "I will tell you, sir, but don't go back on your promise." I won't. I swear upon the fly. Now tell me." "Sir, my father has gone to the woods to cut down bamboo trees and make a fence out of them for a man who lives by the river. That's cutting living trees and planting dead ones. And my mother has gone to the marketplace to sell hand fans and buy oil for our lamps in return. That's selling wind and buying light." Shaking his head in amazement, the rich man thought, "Oh dear, what a clever boy this one is." However, despite all that smartness, he is foolish enough to believe that a mere fly could be a witness to our conversation. Unbelievable. Laughing inwardly, the rich man bid goodbye to the boy and left the place. Wait, the story isn't over yet. After a few days, the rich man appeared at the poor peasant's doorstep once again to ask for his money back. This time, both the peasant and his wife were home, and the peasant started to beg and plead with the moneylender to go easy on him, and the rich man in turn hurled abuses and threats. Just then, the little boy came running and exclaimed, "You don't have to pay him anything, father. We had a deal, and this man promised not to take any money from you." The fly upon the wall bore witness. Indignant, the rich man laughed and said, "What nonsense! Who is this boy? Your son? I have never talked to him nor seen him my whole life. And whoever's heard of a fly being a witness? Such rubbish." The confrontation escalated, and the entire affair was brought in front of the local judge. Before the judge, the moneylender first told that he had never set his eyes upon the boy before and that they had never spoken. The little boy then told all that had happened, all that had transpired between him and the moneylender, and insisted that in keeping with the promise, his father's debts ought to be pardoned. After hearing the boy, even the judge asked him how anyone could believe the boy, because there were no witnesses in this case except for the boy and the moneylender himself, and the man insisted that he hadn't even seen the boy before, let alone spoken to him. The boy answered, "But there was a witness, my lord. A fly bore witness to everything that happened. This fly came with this rich man, and it kept sitting on his forehead, cheek, nose all the time. It even got into his mouth once, and he had to spit it out." Hearing this, the moneylender went red in the face, and he jumped up and accused the little boy of blatantly lying. "He is lying, my lord. I did not take any fly with me, and no fly ever got into my mouth. This fly was sitting on the wall of his house all the time we spoke." Almost immediately, the moneylender realized what had happened. He realized just how clever this boy was and how he had been outwitted in such a manner that he had defeated his own case. In his defensiveness, he had ended up admitting that he had indeed met the boy that day and spoken to him. He wished he could salvage his case, but it was too late. The judge smiled widely and ruled that the boy's father was free of all debt and that the moneylender should never trouble them again.